Christmas with BTS, a warm moment of 7 members that makes ARMY smile. Christmas tree, Purple Heart. What happens when 7 global figures, usually surrounded by roaring stadiums and music industry statistics, suddenly present a moment of quiet warmth that touches the emotions of millions of fans on Christmas Day? This is the question that immediately arises when BTS, without grand stages or promotional euphoria, reveal their most human side through a Christmas moment that is simple yet deeply meaningful. It is not about expensive gifts or record-breaking achievements, but about togetherness that feels real and sincere, something increasingly rare amid the glitter of the entertainment industry. Christmas with BTS this year draws attention not because of the scale of the celebration, but because of the atmosphere it creates. Amid pauses in their individual activities, the presence of the 7 members as one unit once again reinforces the message that has been the foundation of BTS from the very beginning: human connection, warmth, and a sense of belonging. For ARMY, this moment feels like an emotional reminder that BTS are not merely a music group, but a symbol of togetherness that transcends cultures and generations. In the photos and brief interactions that circulate, the 7 members appear to shed their rigid idol personas. Relaxed smiles, lighthearted jokes, and even comfortable silence between them become the main attraction. Christmas, often associated with reflection and intimacy, seems to offer BTS a space to return to their essence as 7 individuals bound by a long and complex journey. This is where the strength of the narrative lies: emotional honesty that feels unmanufactured. What makes this moment even more compelling is the way BTS present it. There is no excessive narration, no forced dramatization. Instead, simplicity becomes the source of its emotional power. From a journalistic perspective, this is a fascinating phenomenon: how an event with minimal visual spectacle can generate massive emotional impact. ARMY across the world respond with the same feeling, smiling, moved, and feeling accompanied on a day filled with meaning. Symbolically, Christmas with BTS can also be read as a nonverbal statement about the continuity of their bond. Amid public speculation, individual schedules, and industry dynamics, this togetherness serves as a strong signal that the group's foundation remains solid. Without the need for clarification or official statements, BTS convey their message through gestures. They are still here, together, and supportive of one another. This message is received by ARMY with deep emotional resonance. More broadly, this Christmas moment reflects BTS's maturity as public figures. They no longer rely on sensationalism or controversy to attract attention. Instead, they build closeness through universal values: togetherness, warmth, and empathy. In a global entertainment landscape often dominated by speed and noise, this approach feels both contrasting and refreshing. ARMY's reaction mirrors this sentiment. Many view this moment as an emotional gift at the end of the year, not something to be wrapped, but something to be felt. Christmas with BTS becomes a collective space for fans to pause from the rush of daily life, reflect, and reconnect with the reasons they first fell in love with the group. Not solely because of the music, but because of the humanity they consistently represent. In the end, Christmas with BTS is not merely a seasonal celebration. It is a portrait of a relationship built over years between 7 members and millions of fans. A moment that may appear simple on the surface, yet holds profound meaning about togetherness and authenticity. The question now is whether we see this as just another Christmas content piece, or as a reminder that behind the complexities of the entertainment industry, there is still room for genuine warmth. For ARMY, the answer seems clear, and the smiles that emerge speak louder than words. Beyond the warmth and emotional resonance of Christmas with BTS, a more critical question inevitably emerges: how should such moments be interpreted by the public, especially in an era where narratives spread faster than facts? Is this display of togetherness an authentic reflection of reality, or could it be a carefully curated image designed to sustain public interest and media attention? This question is not meant to diminish the emotional value felt by ARMY, but rather to open space for deeper reflection on how information is consumed and interpreted. At first glance, the warmth shown by the 7 members feels genuine, almost disarmingly sincere. Yet, In a media ecosystem driven by algorithms and engagement metrics, can any widely circulated moment truly exist outside strategic framing? When images, short clips, or brief statements circulate across TikTok, YouTube, Twitter, and other platforms, are we witnessing raw reality or fragments selectively amplified to create a particular impression? This is where skepticism becomes not cynicism, but a necessary analytical tool. The emotional reactions of fans, smiles, tears, feelings of comfort, are undeniably real. However, should emotional impact automatically be equated with factual authenticity? Or is it possible that powerful emotions are precisely what make audiences more vulnerable to accepting narratives without verification? In moments like these, the line between genuine human connection and effective media storytelling can become increasingly blurred. Raising the question of who ultimately controls the narrative.it is also worth considering how repetition across multiple platforms affects perception. When the same story appears repeatedly in different forms, short videos, reaction content, opinion threads, it can create an illusion of unquestionable truth. But does frequency guarantee accuracy? Or does it simply reflect how quickly a narrative can be replicated without thorough validation? These are questions that demand attention, especially when information originates from secondary interpretations rather than direct, verifiable sources. Furthermore, the absence of explicit confirmation or contextual explanation invites speculation. Silence in the digital age often becomes a canvas onto which assumptions are projected. Is the lack of clarification evidence of authenticity, suggesting that no explanation is needed? Or does it open the door for exaggerated interpretations driven by fan enthusiasm and media incentives? Each possibility carries different implications for how the event should be understood. This brings us to a more provocative point. Are audiences sometimes complicit in the creation of sensational narratives? When viewers eagerly share, comment, and react without questioning sources, do they unintentionally reinforce content that prioritizes emotional pull over factual grounding? In this sense, critical thinking is not merely an individual responsibility, but a collective one that shapes the broader information environment.it is important to emphasize that the information discussed here is drawn from various media platforms, including TikTok, YouTube, Twitter, and others, where speed often outweighs verification. This does not automatically render the information false, but it does mean that its accuracy remains open to question. Without independent confirmation, how confident can we truly be in the conclusions drawn from such content? And how often do we pause to ask who benefits from a particular narrative gaining traction? As readers and viewers, reflection becomes essential. Do we accept comforting stories because they align with what we want to believe? Or are we willing to sit with uncertainty, acknowledging that not every emotionally satisfying narrative is fully grounded in fact? This discomfort, while challenging, is a crucial part of media literacy in the modern age. Ultimately, Christmas with BTS can be appreciated as a moment of warmth while still being examined through a critical lens. These two approaches are not mutually exclusive. Enjoyment does not require blind acceptance, just as skepticism does not necessitate dismissal. The more pressing issue is whether we, as consumers of information, are prepared to question, analyze, and reflect before forming conclusions. So we invite you, the audience, to engage actively in this discussion.